You ready?
Yeah,
Is it going?
you're going.
Okay. G'day, this is Jamie Hansen at the Church Vineyard. I wanted to show you a couple of types of rolls that we'll be doing in the vineyard this year. The first one is the one we've been doing for like 20 years, the lunch sack roll. And the first thing you want to do is get any of the foreign materials off here, most of the leaves and stuff. If there's bunches of grapes off to the side, or raisins I should say, go ahead and put them back on. You don't have to pick up every raisin, but if there's bunches, pick them up. Or if there's a line of ones right off the side that you can scoop up and put on. Also, if you have what we call frog billies, I don't know if you can see it, but can you see most of the rest of these are good and dry, and they have nice wrinkles in them. But these are a little bit plump still, and if you touch them, if any of you played with frogs or lizards when you were a kid, they feel like frog billies. And that's what they call them in the industry. They call these frog billies. You can also know they're a frog billy if when you squish them, juice comes out. If juice comes out, they're still a frog billy. Okay? If you have one or two of these bunches on a tray, that's okay. Break them up and sprinkle them in the rest, because one of the things that happens when we roll them into bundles is that the raisins tend to even out the moisture between the drier ones and the wetter ones. Okay, but if you have three or more, I'll show you that on another row. If you have three or more of these bunches of frog billies, we'll do what the industry calls a cigarette roll, but I didn't think on a church vineyard we should call it that, so we'll call them tostada rolls. All right. But so this is a lunch sack roll. You take and make sure nothing's going to be hanging out the ends. And then you literally take and mash it up using the papers instead of your bare hands. And you got to really do some smashing, because you want it to lay flat into a column, because then it makes this part go really easy. And it makes a good tight overlap instead of a wimpy overlap. Just a barely overlap is a booby trap for the guys that come pick them up. And then you spill each one of these trays, if they're full trays, is worth about $10 worth of raisins. So it'd be very easy to lose $100 or a couple of $100 on a row just by how many you spill. So make a good tight overlap, make a little fold, not a big fold, a little fold, and kneel on it. And then with two hands, then straighten out the rest of the tray, and then make a little fold at the top, and one fold, not two, and not a crumple. A crumple or two folds makes it too hard to get undone when we're doing the boxing. So then put your hand here, fold it over, pick it up like a little lunch sack, and actually seal this top. I don't want these flaps coming back open, or they'll dry out more. Then put it up at the top of the terrace with the fold to the west, because that's where the prevailing winds come from. If you put it around the other way, it would blow it open. And then you've got to do CPR on it. You don't have to breathe on them or anything, just compression CPR. And that's a lunch sack roll. Okay. Now I'll do the next one a little faster, so you don't have to go through all the other things, but pull off the debris. You don't have to get every leaf, but get most of them. Any seed heads. Pull down the tops, smash them into a column. Again, make sure nothing's hanging out the end. Make a tight overlap. Make a little fold. Make a little fold. Fold it in half. Pick it up like a lunch sack. Seal it off. Put it at the top of the terrace, CPR. You want this top flap to be equal to or slightly longer than the bottom flap. I don't want it like this, because then that is exposed for rain. So you do it like that, so that's a little umbrella over the top. Okay? So this is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
No, sir.